Some breakups don't hurt the same way for both people. Two hearts end the same relationship, but somehow they don't end it at the same time. One person seems fine, functioning, smiling, already moving forward, and the other is left wondering how something so heavy feels so light to someone else. But what if the person who moved on quickly didn't start grieving when you did? Here's the part most people never see. Breakups don't begin on the day someone leaves. They begin quietly, internally, long before the words "we're done" are ever spoken. One partner often starts emotionally detaching months or years before the relationship ends. They process the loss privately, silently, incrementally. By the time the breakup happens, they're further along in the grieving process than the person who still felt connected. Think of two people. Let's call them the one who stayed present and the one who drifted away. The one who stayed present still believed in the relationship, still tried, still held on. The one who drifted felt the distance growing, but they convinced themselves they were just tired, just stressed, just overwhelmed. Except it wasn't just that. They were quietly disconnecting without even realizing it. They stopped initiating conversations, stopped imagining the future, stopped feeling excitement, and instead of addressing it, they adapted to the emotional emptiness. This is the internal breakup, the one no one sees. So when the breakup finally happened, why did the one person look okay? Why did they seem to move on instantly? It isn't sudden. They had already lived through the first stages of grief in private. When someone begins detaching early, they go through the emotional stages out of order: confusion, sadness, guilt, acceptance, emotional withdrawal. By the time the relationship ends, they're already standing at a distance emotionally. Meanwhile, the partner who was still invested is just beginning to the grief. It feels deeply uneven because the timelines were never the same. Add attachment styles to it, and it becomes even clearer. For example, the avoidant partner often detaches during the relationship. They process loss by suppressing emotions, not expressing them. Or the anxious or secure partner processes loss after the separation. They feel the full weight at once. Two people, two timelines, both hurting, but not at the same speed and not at the same time. Here's the part nobody tells you. The partner who moved on quickly usually breaks down later. It might take weeks, it might take months, but the grief catches up because no one bypasses healing. And the partner who hurts right away, they're not weak, they're not clingy. They simply loved in the real time. Their heart didn't start detaching early, it loved until the end. Breakups feel uneven, not because one person cared more, but because one person grieved early and the other grieved honestly. You weren't behind, you weren't less important, you weren't forgotten. You were simply grieving on a different timeline. People don't move on faster, they move on differently. And once you understand that, you stop blaming yourself for someone else's timeline.